What if humans had superpowers like animals? Imagine waking up one day and realizing you can see in the dark like an owl, regrow a lost limb like a starfish, or lift weights 10 times your body weight like an ant. Life as we know it would change forever, and honestly, it might just be the wildest adventure ever. Let's dive into this animal-powered reality and see how it shakes up our lives. First, let's talk about strength. If humans had the strength-to-weight ratio of ants, even the smallest among us could carry cars or refrigerators like they were grocery bags. Forget moving companies, you just invite a couple of friends over, grab the entire house and relocate it down the street. Gym memberships? Totally pointless. Weightlifting competitions would be hilarious because everyone could lift the same massive boulder with ease. But that's just the start. What about speed? Imagine running as fast as a cheetah. You'd clock in at over 70 miles per hour, faster than most cars in a city. Morning commutes would turn into foot races. Forget public transport or traffic jams, you'd just sprint across town and still have time to grab a coffee before work. The Olympics would become a spectacle of superhuman speed and marathons? Well, they'd be over in minutes. Now, picture yourself with the vision of an eagle. You could see details from miles away, spotting your keys on the kitchen counter while standing at the end of your street. Birdwatchers would need telescopes just to keep up with you. And stargazing? You'd see planets and constellations without a telescope. But here's the downside, you'd also spot every speck of dust in your house. Cleaning would become your least favorite hobby. What about regeneration? If humans could regrow limbs like a starfish, hospitals might close down their orthopedics departments. Lost an arm in an accident? No problem, it'll grow back in a few weeks. Haircuts could get out of hand though, literally. Every time you trimmed your hair or nails, they just grow back instantly, leaving you in a never-ending battle with scissors. Now let's get weird. What if you had the ability to camouflage like a chameleon? Hiding during awkward conversations would be as simple as blending into the nearest wall. Playing hide-and-seek would become a professional sport. But think about the pranks. People disappearing mid-sentence or sneaking up on their friends would lead to endless laughs. And forget about ever getting caught in an embarrassing moment. Just blend into the background and vanish. Oh, and don't forget about underwater abilities. If humans could hold their breath like a sperm whale, we'd dominate the oceans. Diving to incredible depths without scuba gear would be a breeze. Underwater tourism would skyrocket, and seafood lovers could just dive down for a fresh catch. But there's a catch, pun intended, sharks would no longer be impressed with our swimming skills. Speaking of water, imagine if we had the sticky toe pads of a gecko. Walking up walls and across ceilings would be everyday activities. Cleaning your ceiling fan? Easy. Escaping a boring party? Just climb out the nearest window Spider-Man style. But you'd have to be careful. Imagine falling asleep on the ceiling and waking up on the floor. Then there's echolocation. Like bats and dolphins, you'd be able to navigate in complete darkness by bouncing sound waves off objects. Late-night trips to the fridge would be a piece of cake. Forget flashlights, you'd find your way around just by making a few clicks. But don't expect a lot of privacy in a world full of echolocating humans. Everyone would siege through walls with sound, making eavesdropping an unintentional hobby. Let's not skip over the superpower of temperature control. Like polar bears, we could survive in freezing temperatures, or like camels, endure scorching heat. Forget expensive winter jackets or air conditioning bills. Picnics in the desert or snowball fights in Antarctica? Totally doable. But fashion might suffer a bit. When you don't need clothes for warmth, will we all just end up in tank tops and shorts year-round? And what if we could mimic animal communication skills? Imagine having a voice range like a humpback whale, so loud it could be heard for miles. Or the ability to change your voice pitch like a lyrebird to imitate any sound. You'd never need a sound system again. Karaoke night would be next level. But neighbors might not appreciate your 3 a.m. lion roars during a bad dream. As exciting as all this sounds, there's one thing we might not think about: competition. If everyone had superpowers, life could get chaotic. Traffic would be people sprinting at cheetah speeds, grocery stores would have folks climbing shelves like monkeys, and forget about catching someone in a lie, they'd just vanish into thin air like a chameleon. But let's face it, it wouldn't all be chaos. Humans would have new ways to explore the world, solve problems, and connect with nature. Superpowers inspired by animals would remind us of the amazing abilities already present in the natural world. It would also come with a lot of responsibility. After all, just because you can climb walls doesn't mean you should scare your neighbors by peeking through their second-floor windows. So, while we might not have superpowers just yet, it's fun to imagine how life could change if we did. For now, we'll just have to settle for being amazed by the incredible powers animals already have. Who knows? Maybe one day science will catch up and we'll all be leaping buildings, swimming like whales, and running faster than a cheetah. Until then, let's keep daydreaming about our animal-inspired superhuman selves. What animal-inspired superpower would you choose? Tell us in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more wild what-if quest scenarios.